Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to End Times Prophecy News. North Korea is mobilizing from Red State. North Korea is moving planes, boosting defense after a U.S. bomber flight. And President Trump just went there. Look who he called out.
Obamacare. Replace Obamacare.
Yeah, right. Traitor. Always a traitor.
With all this euphoria that's going on, this inside the Beltway, champagne toasting and all that, outside the Beltway, the American people are very angry and they don't like it. And we're gonna try to repeal this, and we are going to have a very spirited campaign coming up between now and November, and there will be a very heavy price to pay for it.
It is also the first time that on a pure partisan basis, a major piece of legislation has been passed, and it's going to be historic because it's going to be repealed and replaced.
We need to have a vote on it because we promised the people we would. Look at the message. We campaigned in November, in the last November elections, that we would repeal and replace. And we have to have a vote on repeal so that everybody's on record whether they want to repeal. And then I think piece by piece we go through, quote, replacing. Now I'm told.
Now I have the privilege of standing before all the voters of Arizona and appealing for your support in the general election. She won't support replacing failed health care.
He seems so honest, so truthful. But he's voted on repealing and replacing it no every single time it's been put up in the last 7-8 months. He's a total traitor.
The policies of the incumbent administration, I will. She said her vote for Obamacare was her proudest. She still maintains that even as 10,000 people in Pinal County face the prospect of losing their insurance because the system won't work as they were promised. I voted against Obamacare and will continue to support efforts to replace it with a health care plan that works for everyone.
Obamacare was doomed to fail because it was based on the concept that they would take money from healthy young people and use it to pay for the health care needs.
Obamacare's toughest critics, and today Senator John McCain was here in the Valley calling it a complete failure, saying it is now time to move on. McCain is especially furious how all of this is impacting Arizonans. Nearly all of the counties have just one Obamacare provider after several major carriers announced that they are not coming back next year.
It was a president who said, if you like your health care policy, you can keep it. He said, if you like your doctor, you can keep it. All of that now, they have one provider.
Longtime opponent of Obama's signature law, Senator John McCain describes the situation this way.
It's clear that Obamacare is unraveling and at a rapid rate. We're going to have to go back and not only repeal, but replace.
Nonsense. But the point is that now Congresswoman Kirkpatrick wants us to work together to fix it. The problem is that for the first time in history, a major entitlement reform was rammed through the Congress of the United States without a single vote from the other side. I fought for weeks and weeks and weeks against Obamacare, and they would not allow us an amendment. There was not a single amendment allowed. No input from the minority party. We were then in the minority. Now Congresswoman Kirkpatrick wants us to sit down and work together. Here's how we work together. We repeal and we replace it. And right now, it is so bad that the former President of the United States, Bill Clinton, said it's the craziest thing he'd ever heard of.
But to somehow now call upon Republicans to work with you to fix this disaster after, on the floor of the United States Senate, you did not allow a single amendment, not a single amendment by the Republicans were allowed. It's the first time an entitlement program has ever been enacted without on a strictly partisan basis. You had your 60 votes. You rammed the 60 votes and the Affordable Care Act down our throats. And so now that it's been an abysmal failure, you want us to come and help you bail it out. We want to replace it. We don't want to fix it. We want to replace it because it's been a complete failure. And my state is probably the best example that I know of. We now have 14 of our 15 counties with, guess what, one provider. Do you remember the, if you like your doctor, you'll be able to keep your doctor.
Anyway, Senator John McCain, considered to me to be the worst politician ever, the biggest hypocrite there is. A few of the many clips of John McCain talking about repealing and replacing Obamacare. My, oh my, has he changed complete turn from years of talk, never once voting to replace it this year. A total traitor. It's amazing. It really is amazing. Shame on him, and most of all, shame on you for voting for him. If you voted for this clown, shame on you. You need to pay attention and start voting right. Voter integrity is out. The Russian collusion never happened. It was all a fake. 21 states have been vindicated as of the last couple days. Totally clear of any Russian hacking or destroying any kind of voting. Thorough investigation. Yeah, we still got Mueller in there because the Dems pushed it. President Trump just held his ground. Big election tomorrow in the great state of Alabama. Vote for Senator Luther Strange. Tough on crime and border, will never let you down. Although most Trump supporters are against him in supporting Strange. Pray for Donald Trump. And lawmaker kneels on House floor in defiance of President Trump. Look who it is. Jackson Lee takes a knee on the House floor. Takes a knee. She takes a knee for racism? No, the knee was for the national anthem and flag. So in other words, you're against the flag?
We simply ask for the dignity of respect to not call our mothers a son of a bee. And if they kneel, as I heard...
He called those who disrespect the flag SOB. So if you want to kneel, then you're doing the same thing.
A young man who's an NFL player said that he will kneel from now on. And the only reason he's doing it is because someone had the lack of judgment to provoke the situation and call their mothers a name.
Oh, yeah, the devil made me do it. Right. The devil made me do it. Right. I chose to kneel in front of the flag, disrespecting all the soldiers who fought and died for me. But someone else made me do it. Even though it's not in my NFL contract that I must stand. Right. And respect the flag and the national anthem.
I refuse to accept that as a standard of leadership for the highest office in the world. And even if you never understand it, sir, if you never understand it, if you think you're playing to your base, if you're not the
You'll never understand it there, Congresswoman Jackson Lee, and you're another swamp creature, race baiter, that never will understand it. You will just keep on with your rhetoric and your lies. I don't want to listen to you. Sorry. These people make me sick. And it doesn't matter whether they're black or white. I'm not talking about people who are black. It doesn't matter. The blacks and the whites are doing it. Has nothing to do about racism. Nothing. The great commandment. Very important here. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. And of course in Mark it adds one more, and with all thy strength. You have three of them here, all thy heart, soul, and mind. And in Mark they add in the parallel verse, strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is likened unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all, the law and the prophets. Now, this is before the Reformation, as Hebrews puts it, which is the death, burial, and resurrection. So we want to make sure we, 2 Timothy 2:15, rightly divide the word of truth. So we have to be careful. We do obey all the commandments, but they don't save us. It was nothing but the blood of Jesus, the propitiation for our sins, who died for all the sins of mankind, including the children of Israel. Children of Israel were never saved by the law or the 10 Commandments. That's right. But we do obey the commandments. For as John the Apostle, who Jesus said he loved 3 times in the book of John, and stayed by Jesus' side all the time, and was given the last book of Revelation of Jesus Christ, the most important prophecy of the end of the world, he says in 1 John, in his 3 epistles down here, that we obey the law because, and we obey not the law, the commandments, for they are not grievous. But the ordinances? No. There's some of the ordinances we obey, and some we don't. We don't kill sodomites, but we don't become a sodomite either, right? So we have to rightly divide, and how we do that is we read the new covenant, and then we throw out what is in the old covenant, or that, as it talks about the old covenant and a new covenant Paul talks about, that was given to the people of God of all ages. So we throw out the killing of sodomites, but we don't practice sodomy either, because that is what it says in the new covenant, 1 Corinthians 6:9. There's many things. So this is how we rightly divide between the new covenant and the old covenant after the death, burial, and resurrection. So we definitely obey the commandments, but they never saved us. Never have. Remember, Jesus died for all the sins of mankind, past, present, and future. Thank you for listening. Attention to all subscribers. My channel is continually being censored by YouTube, with videos taken down, demonetized, subscribers being unsubbed. We never know what will happen next to it. Do you support free speech and the First Amendment and have a love for the truth? I would like to take this time to thank all of you who have already supported my channel through PayPal, but I have a special gift for you. Would you like to save hundreds of dollars per year buying all the batteries you need in your life? Announcing the battery reconditioner. What you're about to do is the same thing all those battery companies have been doing for many years, but would never want you to know. It doesn't matter what type of battery it is, lithium, alkaline, lead acid battery, or any other type, this system works. So please click on the link down below in the description box to start saving today. Folks, this country is under major attack of free speech. If you enjoy what you hear on my channel and like to continue to support free speech, I do have a PayPal button on the right side of my banner on my main channel YouTube page. Please remember, my channel and ministry is supported by great people like you. I love you all, and may the Lord bless.